commercials. How many people like those commercials you find on TV? You know, those various different commercials that are interlude in the middle of a lot of great TV shows. You know, whether you like commercials or not, commercials have a way of delivering a powerful message for its brand. Anybody remember that commercial from Wendy's? Where's the beef? I mean, we still remember that 10, 15, 20 years ago. Or how about the Mean Joe Green commercial? I'm sure John remembers that as Mean Joe Green is standing there with a little boy right there and talking about drinking that cold Coca-Cola. Or how about this one? The bologna commercial. My bologna has a first name. It's Oscar. My bologna has a second name. Mayer. Oh, I like to eat it every day. Ask me why, and then I'll say that Oscar Mayer has a way with Bologna. Y'all remember that? Everybody go home and fry some bologna. Put a little slit in the middle. Get a little mustard. Put it on that bread. Tear it up, don't it? The cheese on it too. Well, there's a new set of commercials out that has grabbed my attention. And it's from AT&T. And in the commercials, the theme line says, just okay is not okay. There's one duty where they have a guy, he's sitting in his hospital bed, preparing for surgery. And his wife is sitting right there to the right of him. And he asks the nurse, is this a good doctor? And she says, he's okay. And then the doctor comes in with a big old smile on his face, all happy-go-lucky. Guess who just got reinstated? And the guy's face is like, ooh, just okay. It's not okay. But there's one where the guy's getting a tattoo, fresh tattoo on his arm. And he's sitting there, and the guy's beginning to draw. And he started asking the guy about the drawing. And the guy tells him, stay in your lane, bro. Just okay is not okay. He's not going to draw the drawing to the specification that the guy asked for, but he's going to give him. But he said, I'm not the greatest artist. I'm just an okay tattoo artist. Just okay. It's not okay. And if you really think about that, is that not applicable to our everyday lives? That being just okay is not okay? That doing just enough to get by is not okay? That mediocrity is not okay? Just going through the motions is not okay? Just going into survival mode is not okay? Think about it. Think about what we have been declaring over the last 2 years. That we run to win. That we thrive and not survive. What are we talking about this year? That we are better than ever. Well, how can you be better than ever? How can you thrive and not survive? How can you run to win if you have the mindset that just okay is okay? And just doing enough to get by is all right. I don't have to do my best. I'm just going to do enough to keep my job. Enough to get a good report card. I'm just going to do barely enough to say I did something. There's a guy by the name of Jim Collins near life. He wrote a book called Good to Great. New York Times best-selling book. Look at what he says. He says, good is the enemy of great. Good is the enemy of great. tell you this out. Good is the enemy of great. And that is one of the key reasons why we have so little that becomes great. We don't have great schools, principally because we have good schools. We don't have great government, principally because we have good government. Few people attain great lives. In large part because it is just so easy to settle for a good life. It's so easy to become comfortable with being good. I can downshift and I can chill. I don't have to exert myself. I don't have to challenge myself. I can just be good. Coast through life. And everything will be all right. I don't have to stretch myself. I don't have to seek greatness, but I can do just enough. Just enough to say I did something, and that's all right. There's an opportunity out there waiting on me. I'm going to do just enough to maintain. There's greatness waiting on me, but I'm going to do just enough to get by, to be all right. I'm okay. My mom and them were okay. I'm going to be okay. All of my friends are just enough, so I'm going to be just enough. But if you really think about that thing, Mom, good enough should irritate us. Agitate us. If you really think about what Jesus did on the cross for us, he didn't do just enough. He went over and beyond the call of duty to redeem us. And then think about the gifts and talents that he's blessed us with. He didn't give us just anything, but he's blessed each and every one of us immensely. So for us to do just enough should irritate us. All right, that's true. Then it irritated, in Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant wasn't down with doing just enough. They called him what? The Black Mamba. Because he was so ferocious. He had this mindset that I have to excel. That I have to do the best. And that anything that he touched in his mindset was going to be the best. That's what allowed him to be an NBA champion. That's what allowed him to write best-selling kids' books. That's what allowed him to win an Oscar for the film that he produced. Why? Because there was greatness on the inside of him, and he wasn't going to allow it to be dormant. I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to do just enough. I'm not going to coast, but I am going to maximize my talents. Can I jump out the gym? Yes. But it wasn't the ability to jump out the gym that made Kobe great. It was him saying, I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to work on my footwork. I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to work on my shot. When the other guys are going to the clubs, I'm going back to the gym to work on my shot again. He had a spirit of excellence that lived on the inside of him. And he wanted to make sure that he maximized every ounce of talent that lived on the inside. But it's that mindset that says just enough. That says just okay is okay. It's what we have to change. Because if you think about it, with that mindset are we not being just like my man Saul? You guys remember Saul? He did not believe in himself. When the people came to anoint him king, they found him hiding amongst the luggage. When Samuel came and told him, I'm going to let you come and sit at the king's table, at the big boy's table right here. You're going to be the man of honor. He says, who, me? Do you know who I am? I mean, I'm from the least of the tribes. And my folks are the least within that. You want me to sit there? He didn't believe in who he was and what God could do through him. So therefore, he was implementing his own glass ceiling. There was only so much he could do and somewhere he could go because he was bumping up against the glass ceiling that he put up there because of the negative thoughts he had in his mind. And some of us have put our own glass ceiling up because we're saying, I'm going to do just enough. There's opportunities out there for us, but because I'm just going to do just enough, I'm not going to be able to reach those opportunities. I'm going to bump up against the glass ceiling. We've all had some level of success. But we cannot fall in love with the amount of success we have had so far. It was great. Let's applaud it. Let's celebrate it. But let's not live in it. There's more that God has for each and every one of us to do. God is not finished with us yet. There may be some gray in our hair. Some of us don't even have any hair anymore. But God is not finished with us yet. There's still things he wants to do. Yes, you got the nice house, the nice car, a nice amount of money in your bank account. But God is not finished with you yet. My seasoned seniors, Miss Eleanor, Mama Joan, yes, you're retired. You've done your time, yes, but God is not finished with you yet. We don't have to shut it down, but this is just a new phase in our life. God, how can you use me in this next season of my life? I've seen you do great things already in my life, God. What you gonna do next? I'm in earnest of expectation about what you gonna do next. How you gonna use me next, God? Who you gonna send me to next, God? Who you want me to bless next, God? Who you want me to mentor next, God? God, what's my next season? We ain't ready to shut this thing down. We're not downshifting. Look, there's no stop sign in front of us. It's a yield. That's right. We may see some opposition. We may see some issues, but we're yielding. We look both ways. We understand who's in charge. We understand whose roadway we're riding on. And here we go. We're going from fifth to third. Put that thing back and forth, and here we go. I'm going. That's how we should be. That's the mindset. I'm not comfortable with just okay. I'm not comfortable with just shutting it. But instead of having that mindset, I believe the mindset that Haggai was conveying to the Israelites is the one we should have. God talked to Hagar and said, listen, your latter will be greater than your former. That there's a lot of glory out there for you. Yes, you had some success. Yes, that temple that Solomon built was good, but I got more stuff for you. All right now. Don't you allow what you see now to disappoint you. Right. Instead, what I need you to do is I need you to get to work. There's some work I have for you to do. There's something I want you to do for me. And for us, for you and I, that work, the first thing is to chase after him. To pursue him with everything that lies on the inside of us. I mean, that's what we've been talking about during this month of consecration. Chasing after him. Pursuing him with everything that lives on the inside of him, us, chase after him. What's our theme song saying? I'm chasing after you, no matter what I have to do. I need you more and more. That's how I'm chasing. I'm pursuing. Seek ye, and you shall find me when you search for me with all of your heart. That's our mindset. I'm seeking after you, God. I'm searching for you, God. I want more and more and more of you. Because I understand, Father, that you know the plans that you have. You know the plans you have for me. Plans for joy, plans for prosperity, plans for peace, plans to use me as a mighty vehicle and a mighty vessel for you. You know the plans that you have for me. And I understand, God, that those plans include a season and time out. As we find ourselves in this COVID-19 induced time out, that this is a great time for reflection. For us to hit the pause button on life and begin to think about who we are and what God wants to do in us, and about some of the foolish stuff that lies on the inside of us, and some of that stuff that we have been doing that we have no business doing. And this is a great time for us to examine ourselves. And that's a good thing, lady, because in the middle of reflection comes a change of heart. As we're sitting in time out, not able to do the things that we're supposed to be doing, that's the things that we want to do, I should say. The way we want to do them, how we want to do them, as we're sitting back, we begin to think about the goodness of the Lord and how great he has been to us. We develop a deeper appreciation for who he is and what he has done. Appreciation for his grace and his mercy and his forgiveness and his love and his abundance towards us. All right. And our hearts begin to change. And it's as those hearts begin to change that we begin to call out unto him. And we begin to chase after him as we see how good he has been to us. It prompts something on the inside of us to say, God, I need you. As I look back over my life and I begin to think things over, I understand that I need you. I understand that the last issue I found myself in, it was nobody but you that saved me, you that delivered me, you that took care of me. I need you. That's when we begin to chase after him, pursue him with everything that we have. But it doesn't stop there. Because there's something for us to do. You see, Shan, sometimes we get it all mixed up. And we want God to do all the work. God, just take care of my finances. God, just take care of my marriage. God, just take care of my job. God, just take care of my health. And yes, we are to pray, seek his face in the midst of our situations. But there's times in which he's saying, okay, it's time for you to get busy too. There's something I want you to do. I'm not going to do it all and spoil you. I'm not going to do it all and make you totally reliant and dependent upon me for everything. I want to join forces with you, to partner with you. I'm your God who leads you. I'm the God who orders your steps. I'm the God who leads you and guides you to all truth. And that's what he's saying right here in this 3rd chapter of Colossians. He says, in all that you do, do it heartily as unto the Lord. He says, in everything that you do, do it heartily. Give it your best. Give it everything that you have. But everything that lies on the inside of you, do it and do it well. Not just enough, but do it well. Do it with a spirit of excellence. Not just enough, once again, to keep my job, but do it with a spirit of excellence. Not just enough to pass my grade, but do it with a spirit of excellence. Not just enough to stay married, but do it with a spirit of excellence. Not just enough, or not just when people are looking. When it's beneficial for me. But do it with a spirit of excellence. And did you catch that second part that he said? He said, in all that you do. Not just a few things. Not just the things that are beneficial for you. Not just the stuff that'll keep you out of trouble. Not just when you feel like it. But do all things unto you. Jerry West put it this way. Says, you can't get much done in life if you only work on the days you feel good. When you just feel like it. I don't feel like going to work today. I don't feel like doing my best on my job today. I don't feel like doing my best in school today. I don't feel like being a blessing unto my wife today. I don't feel like being a blessing unto my husband today. I don't feel like doing this for my children today. I just don't feel like it. What he's saying is, if you only do things when you feel like it, you're not going to get anything done. That's true. Because those feelings are notorious for taking you where they want you to go. Turning your mind inside out. But he's saying we got to do those things even when we don't feel like it. There's things that we need to be doing. That's where the spirit of excellence comes in. Because as I push beyond me and how I feel right now and what I want to do, then the consistency shows up. The persistence shows up. Then I begin to separate myself from everybody else. Kobe separating himself from everybody else, not by his talents, But because of his spirit of excellence, I'm going to move beyond my feelings. Daniel separated himself from everybody else because he had a spirit of excellence about him. Move beyond the feelings. Say, I'm just going to go here. I'm going to put the work in. I'm going to give it everything I got. It's only 2 people in the building, but I'm going to preach like it's a fool. It's only 3 people in the building, but I'm going to praise them anyway. Can I just talk with them? Nobody showed up for Bible study, but we're still going to have Bible study. Miss Eleanor, Mama, no, it was only 2 people on the prayer line, but we're going to pray like it's fool. Not just when we feel. That's right. But Pastor, I know somebody's saying it right now. That's easier said than done. Because my feelings are my feelings. And there's times in which I just don't feel like it. And if the truth be told, real talk, Pastor, I really don't like my job. Anyway, I'm just there for the paycheck. Can't stand my supervisor. Me and my spouse can't get along, so I'm trying to figure a way to get out of this thing. Children getting on my nerves. And you telling me that I should do my best all the time, that I should operate with a spirit of excellence on a job I don't like. And I believe Paul was talking specifically to you in the second half of that particular passage. He says, do all things heartily as unto the Lord, not unto man. Catch that. Do all things heart. Do the best you can, because you are serving God, not man. Not your supervisor. Not your spouse. Not your children. Not even yourself. But our service goes unto the Lord. Our service is an appreciation for his commitment unto us. God, you made a commitment unto us via the cross. Here's my commitment unto you. I'm going to give you everything you have. Everything I have. You gave me everything you have by giving me your son. I'm going to give you everything I have. Here's the best I have. I'm serving you today. I'm committed to excellence today. I'm going to do my best today. The mindset, because I understand what God is going to do with what I do. What's the scripture say? There is a reward for it. He says there is an inheritance for it. Don't worry about that slave master. He says there's an inheritance for you on the other side. Or how about in Proverbs? What does it say? That promotion comes from whom? Not the supervisor. Amen. But promotion comes from the Lord. Amen. So that which we're seeking, peace from the Lord. Joy from the Lord. Grace from the Lord. Strength from the Lord. Purpose from the Lord. So as we serve and give the best we have, it is the Lord who will bless us with that which we're looking for. And it's eternal. I love my queen, but the things she's going to give me are for this world here. I love old dog. These old dog won't bless me because I'm for this world here. But eternal rewards, an inheritance. My Abrahamic inheritance comes from the Lord. Do the best we can. Every day. operate with a spirit of excellence every day. Move beyond feelings. Move beyond opposition. Move beyond the voice in our head so that we can do the best we can. Operate with a spirit of excellence every day. And I believe that God will say the same thing to us that he said to Jesus. You guys remember? At the baptism, the heavens opened up. And God says, this is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased. Think about that. This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased with. I see what he's doing, and it satisfies me. I'm pleased with what he's doing. John, I want that to be me. I want God to look down upon me. I want the heavens to open up for me. And for God to say, Herb, right there, that's my son. Yeah. And whom I'm well pleased. Anybody else in here this morning? Want the heavens to open up and for God to say the same thing to them? John, this is my son. In whom I'm well pleased. Judy is my daughter, in whom I'm well pleased. Omar is my son, in whom I'm well pleased. Crystal is my daughter, in whom I'm well pleased. Mama Joan is my daughter, who I am well pleased. Carriette is my child, who I am well. That comes as we operate with a spirit of excellence. Giving the best we have each and every day. With the understanding, I'm not serving people, I'm serving God. What did Jesus say? Not my will. Thine will be done. He constantly talked about, I'm not here to serve you, God. I am here to do the will of the Father. Right. Paul called himself a bondservant. In Galatians, the first chapter, on the 6th verse, he says, I'm not here to please people. If I was still a people pleaser, I could not be a servant of Christ. Move beyond our feelings. Move beyond people pleasing. Move beyond what other folks think. And let's just do our best. Let's operate with a spirit of excellence. With the understanding that my reward is in the hands of the Lord. He's going to bless me. The hate is going to come, but God's going to bless. The naysayers are going to come, but God's going to bless. The negative thoughts are going to come through my mind, but it is God who's going to bless. So I'm going to serve him. I'm going to demonstrate my appreciation for all he has done by serving him with everything